Hi there guys, welcome to the channel. So today's topic will be cost of living in Vietnam, and I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what it costs me to live for a typical month here in Ho Chi Minh City, and it should give you a good idea of what you need to budget for if you're going to stay here for a month or longer. And if you are thinking about staying for a long time as a long-term expat, then it should give you a good idea as to what that's going to cost you. So starting off with accommodation, housing, so you can pay anything from around $200 upwards of $2,000 a month. So I like to pay around $400, and that gets you a pretty nice one-bedroom apartment in a good area such as District 2. My current apartment has a pool and a gym, so I don't have to pay anything extra for that, which is fantastic. I will give you a quick tour around a typical apartment, guys, in a future video coming up soon. So let's say $200 for a very cheap one bed, almost like bed sit or studio style. So you've got like 25 square meters. You may have a small kitchen for that $200 price tag. You may not, but obviously you'll have a bathroom, bed, a desk, maybe a window, maybe not. Depends on what you can find. And then you go up to about between $300 and $400. You're going to get possibly a one bedroom, a separate bedroom apartment. May or may not have a pool or gym, and the location will be in a nicer part of town, such as District 2 or maybe District 1, District 4 or District 7. Between $400 and $500, going up a little bit nicer again, so more of a modern condo style building where I am at the moment, which is quite nice. And like I said, guys, I'll show you that in an upcoming video. So let's say $400 for a one bed apartment. On top of that, you'll have your utilities. So that will just be water and electric. Well, water for obviously cooking, washing, etc., and drinking water, because you can't drink the water in Vietnam. It's not potable. You have to buy in 20-liter bottles of water, which I get delivered once a week. So I pay around $30 a month for electric, so it's pretty cheap. I pay EVN Direct, which is the the only Vietnamese electric company, I believe. Unfortunately, guys, if you rent a service apartment, the landlords tend to load the electric rate, so you'll pay about 20 to 30% more than you would if you paid directly. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a scam, but it's a fact of life here. If you rent a condo or a house, you'll pay direct, and it's a lot cheaper. If you rent a service room, then they will load that rate and you'll pay quite a bit more for electric. But for me, it's around $30, perhaps $40 a month in the hot season, so not too bad. I cook every day as well. I cook at least one meal at home. I just use aircon in the nighttime when I'm sleeping, so I think it's pretty good value. On top of that, the non-potable water, so showers, things like that, that's about $5 a month, so that's really, really cheap. I then order in between 40 and 60 liters of bottled drinking water. They're about $3 a time, so I'm spending around $35 a month on drinking water for my apartment, so that's a little bit higher. So onto food costs then, guys. So I mean, you can spend a little bit if you want to live and eat like a local person. You can go to street food markets, and you can get very, very cheap food, around $1 a time. If you're staying here long term, then that's something that you might get a little bit tired of after the first few weeks, and you want some home comfort, some Western food, and that's where the price tends to go up. So let me break it down for you. Western food, you're looking at between $6 to $10 for a good burger, pizza, Mexican food, things like that. It's kind of triple the price of Vietnamese food like gum tam or just local kind of ban sao, things like that. Noodle dishes, for example. I mean, they are good, but if you want to go Western, guys, you're going to pay a hell of a lot more. Supermarket prices, again, Western goods, double, triple, quadruple the price of what you pay at home. Like I like stuff like Vegemite, a Marmite, that's like $12 for a tub. It's probably about $2 back at home in the UK. Beef, similar price to UK. A good quality beef, around $20, $15 to $20 a kilo. Beef mince is quite hard to find. It's quite a weird one. So if you like making homemade burgers and lasagnas like I do, it's a little bit tricky to find that good quality beef, but you can get it, but you will pay a bit more for it. Chicken, very, very cheap, guys. So chicken breasts, around $4 a kilo. You can get 5 or 6 decent chicken breasts for $4, which is great because I cook a lot of chicken. I'm into health and fitness. I'm cooking every day, so I do eat a lot of chicken breast. If you go to the markets, so local Vietnamese street markets, which I've shown in other videos, which are cool places to go. I do shop there probably twice a week. Fruit and veg, very, very cheap. About $1.50 for a kilo of plums, a kilo of oranges. You can get really good quality fresh fish for about $6 or $7 a kilo. So I would recommend checking out the markets, guys. They are great. If you can put up with the heat and the hustle and bustle, and learn a little bit of Vietnamese, and they may give you a better price as well. If you want to eat out Vietnamese style, you got things like gum tam, which I showed you the other day. That is pork chops, broken rice, pickled cabbage, and that's going to be about $2, maybe $3. Depends on which district you buy it. It's pretty good price. Things like McDonald's, slightly cheaper than it would be in the UK or US, but only slightly. Beer, alcohol, about $1.50 for a local beer. There's a lot of Czech style breweries here, and a lot of quite cool beer hall establishments where people brew their own beer. And for about $1.50, you can get yourself, a pint, 568 ml of beer, which is pretty good. About $1 for a Heineken, maybe 300 ml, so half pint or so, $1 a time. There's plenty of happy hours around, so you can easily make use of those if you're a big drinker. I myself don't drink particularly often, but when I do, I normally go for the more kind of local style beer, or I might go for a wine, which is unfortunately a bit more expensive here. Travel costs, well, after COVID, internal flights have gone up a hell of a lot in the last couple of months. So you're looking at about $100 to $150 now for a return flight inside Vietnam. So just a 1 hour flight to Da Nang, or a couple of hour flight from Saigon to Hanoi and back, upwards of $150, which is quite expensive, really. Where Vietnam excels, however, is cheap bus travel. So you can get some pretty cool VIP style buses where you can sleep, or they have kind of like, it's almost like a business class seat from a plane, and you only pay about $7-8 each way to go. For example, from Saigon to Vung Tau takes about 2 hours. That'll cost you about $7, and that's really nice and convenient. They'll pick you up from your door and drop you off at your hotel, so it's a door-to-door service. And I really would recommend looking into the bus into the bus services if you want to travel around a lot in Vietnam. Obviously, there's the safety element. The roads are pretty dangerous here, but if you're feeling adventurous, I'd recommend that over flying. And also the train, guys. The train is even more expensive. Like the train is, it's kind of cool. It's old school. It's slow, but it's very scenic. It's not particularly reliable, but you will, it is an experience. And if you're into filming, photography, you want to take your time, I would recommend the train. But you're going to probably pay more than you would for a flight to take a train journey here in Vietnam. And the trains, they're not interconnected very well. So you might have to, the station might be like 30 kilometers outside the city that you want to actually go to. So bear that in mind when you're traveling around. One of the things that is so good here is the Grab app. It's like Uber on steroids, so you can get a Grab ride on a motorbike for about $1.50. So a guy will come pick you up from your door, take you like 7-8 kilometers away. That's going to cost you $1 or so. You can also use this service to pick up goods from anywhere in the country pretty much and bring it to your door. You can use Grab to pick up your food from the supermarket. They do Grab food delivery, so pretty much all the restaurants on the city are on Grab. You just log into the app and then you order food, they'll bring it to your house. It's fantastic. So if you come to Vietnam, you'll definitely be using Grab, guys. Hotels, well, anything from $15 upwards. I mean, you can get an okay guest house style, homestay style place in somewhere like Vung Tau, which is a few hours from Ho Chi Minh City, for about $15 or so. But then again, if you want to stay somewhere a bit nicer, you're looking at $40 or $50 a night, and then you can go upwards from there to anything, $100, $150 if you want to stay in a 5-star resort in Phu Quoc, for example. And yeah, it's entirely up to you. Most people here tend to ride motorbikes. The price of gas or petrol is going up. It's a bit of a contentious point at the moment. So, I mean, obviously inflation's running hot all over the world, so it's the same everywhere pretty much. But it's about $1.30 for a litre, 30,000 dong, so around that. Not too bad. I'm from the UK, so that's super cheap. But maybe for people in the US, that's getting a little pricey. But yeah, most people use a motorbike and you'll get good gas mileage from your bike. So it's, get yourself a bike, guys. And you can rent a bike for, $30 or so a month. But if you're going to stay more than about 3 months, I definitely recommend that you buy a bike. Because for $300-400 you'll get yourself a pretty good motorbike, which you can then sell if you were going to leave, or if you're going to stay, it'll probably last you a couple of years and the maintenance costs won't be too high. Another thing that's really, really good here is phone data. So I pay around $2 to $3 a month for my phone. It's nothing, and I get like 4 gigabytes of data for that. It's really fast. I never go over that, so I'm paying absolutely hardly anything for my phone. I think Vietnam is probably one of the cheapest countries in the world for phone data. I've never been anywhere where it's been so cheap. Okay, gyms, health and fitness. So a good gym with aircon. I mean, you're going to want aircon. I did do a video about gyms where I went to a $1 gym in Da Nang and it was okay, but it was too damn hot. But a good gym is going to cost you about $25 or so a month with aircon, with all good equipment, a good selection of free weights. You can go down to as low as $1 a day, which I did in my other video, but I wouldn't recommend that on a regular basis. From there, you can go up to like California fitness style gyms, which are going to cost you $80 to $100 a month. But in my opinion, guys, you're in Vietnam, you really don't need to spend that kind of money. You're just lining the pockets of a couple of CEOs there. So yeah. So there we go, guys. That was just a quick overview of what it costs, myself and an average person to live in Vietnam. So you're looking at under $1,000 a month, really, unless you travel. I'm going to put a quick summary on the screen here so you can just see before I go. But $1,000 will be fine. I'm talking about a single person here though, okay? So if you've got a family, if you've got a wife and kids, then that's really going to shoot up. And one of the things that is incredibly expensive here is schooling. And if you want to send your kids to a good international school, you're talking upwards of $20,000 a year. So unfortunately, that's where Vietnam does very badly on his education. And yeah, if you're coming here as an expat, you really need to think very carefully about your children and the affordability of their education. Thanks for watching, guys. Plenty more to come. I hope that's been helpful. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you later.